So what is up, amigos? Hope you're doing awesome. My name is Meri and welcome back to my channel. I've never really been comfortable being associated with the word cinephile. These days, it's used so loosely, almost like a fashionable tag people throw around without much thought. Personally, I prefer to just call myself a lover of cinema because when you truly love films, you learn to appreciate them in all their forms. The serious ones that challenge you, the experimental ones that surprise you, and yes, the unapologetic Bollywood entertainers that are made only to give you a good time. And sometimes when you walk into a theater expecting nothing at all, even the simplest of films can end up feeling enjoyable. That's exactly how Sunny Sanskari Ki Tulsi Kumari worked for me. It's breezy, it's playful, it's filled with silly jokes and PJs, some thumkas, some bhangra beats, and that unmistakable masala energy which you either surrender to or resist. For me, it was the perfect reminder that cinema doesn't always need to be intense or overwhelming. Now, this weekend, if Kantara Chapter 1 represents the kind of that heavy, immersive experience, Sunny Sanskari Ki Tulsi Kumari stands on the other side of the scale. Light, colorful, and designed to be enjoyed without overthinking. Now, in my last video, I had said Janhvi Kapoor is slowly proving herself as an actor in films like Homebound, and we all know Varun Dhawan has displayed remarkable range in films like Badlapur and October. But what we sometimes forget is that both Varun and Janhvi also come from families deeply rooted in Bollywood filmmaking traditions, and that legacy shows in the way they embrace masala cinema. Varun has always been a natural in this zone. His performances in Humpty Sharma Ki Dulhaniya and Badrinath Ki Dulhaniya are proof of that. Janhvi too knows she has the screen presence, the glamour and the sensuous appeal to shine in fun, romantic comedies, and here she leans fully into that. Together, they bring exactly the kind of energy this film needs. So the story is straightforward, built on the most familiar rom-com foundation Bollywood has relied on for decades. Varun Dhawan plays Sunny, a man who loves Ananya, played by Sanya Malhotra. But Ananya is about to get married to Vikram, played by Rohit Saraf. Now, on the other hand, Tulsi, played by Janhvi Kapoor, has her own heartbreak because Vikram was once the man she loved. Now, Sunny and Tulsi cross paths, and from that moment, you know exactly where this is headed. They decide to fake a relationship to make their exes jealous, and in true rom-com fashion, the act slowly turns into something more real. The film is then packed with misunderstandings, family drama, loud Punjabi wedding energy, and plenty of comic confusion. Varun also has a close friend, Buntu, whose banter with him adds a genuine flavor of friendship. And then there is Maniesh Paul as Cuckoo, the wedding planner who brings his own set of PJs and comic moments into the chaos. Now, Varun Dhawan is clearly in his comfort zone here. His goofy charm, his comic timing, and the ease with which he switches between playful humor and emotional sincerity make him a solid anchor for the film. His interactions with Buntu bring warmth to his character, giving you the sense of a real friendship beyond just plot convenience. Janhvi Kapoor, meanwhile, brings glamour and screen presence to her role. She looks absolutely stunning and she matches Varun's energy well in all the light and flirty sequences. She knows exactly what the film demands from her and she delivers it with confidence. Now, Maniesh Paul also deserves a special mention because even as the wedding planner Cuckoo, he brings comic timing that's sharp and effective, at least for me, maybe not for everyone. His lines land with the right punch and he lifts many of the film's comic moments. Now, Rohit Saraf, on the other hand, doesn't have much to do beyond looking good on screen. His role is limited and he serves more as eye candy than as a fully realized character. Then there is Sanya Malhotra, who brings her usual dedication to the role. She acts well, she dances well, and she adds weight to the ensemble. But at the same time, she doesn't quite embody the exaggerated nakhras and adaएं that Bollywood masala films often thrive on. She is good, but she feels a little restrained in a space that demands full flamboyance. Now, technically, the film is glossy to the core, which is expected from a Dharma Productions. The visuals are vibrant, the costumes are glamorous, and the sets are designed to dazzle. The soundtrack plays a big part in keeping the film lively. For me, the highlight of the album is Any Day Bijuriya. It was always a timeless Sonu Nigam classic, and thankfully, this remix doesn't lose its soul like so many do these days. The tune, the tabla, and Sonu's voice are all intact, only now dressed up with more screen glamour, and it remains the best of the lot. Panwadi bursts with festive beats and high energy. Meri brings in a more romantic, softer mood, while Tumse Behtar adds an emotional flavor to the proceedings. And finally, Perfect plays during the end credits as a quirky, stylish closer that lets you leave the theater on a fun and upbeat note. And together, these tracks ensure the film always feels energetic and colorful, perfectly suiting its masala tone. Of course, none of this means the film is without flaws. It is full of flaws. The plot is predictable to the last detail. From the moment Sunny and Tulsi decide to fake their romance, you know exactly how things will eventually end. The subplots, especially around Vikram, feel underwritten and don't add much beyond filling screen time. The pacing also dips in places, and the transitions between drama and comedy aren't always smooth. There are also jokes that absolutely fall flat, almost lifted from WhatsApp. Moments that feel stretched, and places where the writing could have been sharper. But in fairness, the film never becomes dull. It knows it isn't here to surprise you, and it coasts on the energy of its leads and its presentation. So at the end of the day, Sunny Sanskari Ki Tulsi Kumari is exactly what it promises to be. It is not a film that asks to be taken seriously, and it doesn't pretend to offer any groundbreaking take on love or relationships. It is simply a colorful, easygoing rom-com that gives you stars you like to watch, some genuinely funny moments, a bit of romance, and a soundtrack that keeps you tapping along. It is a cinema designed to entertain you for a couple of hours and nothing more. You forget it the moment you step out of the theater. For me, it was a fun, decent watch, not the kind of film that lingers in your mind long after, but one that lets you switch off, laugh, and enjoy the energy of its performers. Sometimes that's exactly what you need, because as much as we may admire films that push boundaries and challenge us, there's also joy in films that are content with being light-hearted and uncomplicated. Sunny Sanskari Ki Tulsi Kumari fits neatly into that space, and for what it is, it delivers. That's it from me today. Thank you for watching us. If you like the content, please do hit the like button and please do subscribe to the channel. You take care, stay awesome, and bye-bye.